Hey guys, welcome back to Giving Unbothered, the podcast.
We're so excited to film this episode because if you know us, you know we love a long distance.
We do.
We thrive in a long distance.
No, let's say, Alana, you've changed your mind about it.
Okay, so when we first started speaking to the guests we have today, this was
a while ago.
And at that point in time, I had no experience with long distance relationships. I wasn't a fan of them. I would give people a hard time about them.
Me?
People being Yelka. And I didn't believe in them. So I was really excited to give this couple a hard time. And now I'm in a long distance relationship.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
So I can't say anything. So it's fine. I'm still excited.
You might know, so our guests are Kelsey and Becky. You might know them from on TikTok because they have been documenting their entire relationship from the start, and that's how we found them.
Yeah.
And we're very excited to have them on because they are in a long distance relationship. Kelsey is from LA and Becky is from the UK.
That is so lesbian.
So lesbian.
So lesbian on different sides of the world.
And I have so many questions for them.
Same.
So hopefully you enjoyed today's episode, and let's get into the episode. Hello, Kelsey and Becky.
Hi guys, how's it going? This is crazy weird.
I know. 2 hours. So nice to meet you guys.
I'm so nervous now. It's like everything's changed.
I know. Just
Okay.
for the record, I'm being very weird. I feel like
You're not being weird.
I think I'm being.
No,
weird.
No,
fine,
you're
But
not.
I think it sometimes helps for me to just say that, because then I'm like,
Put
okay,
it
we're
out
all
there.
aware.
We're aware
I
of
might
the
be
weirdness in the
weird.
room.
Yeah.
No, to be fair, when we look back at earlier episodes, we're like, oh my god, we were so aware of the camera. I'd be talking and I'd be like, hi. So it's fine.
Just
we
gotta
accept
forget it's there.
You're all good. You're all good. We already filmed the intro, and we said obviously people might know you guys from TikTok.
That's pretty much all we've got. That's all we've got. So yeah.
You guys have been growing really quick though with TikTok.
Yeah, it's insane
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
We never, ever, ever anticipated it. Genuinely, all the clips from when we first met, we just filmed because I was like, it'd be really nice to have footage.
Yeah.
Just document it even
One
for
day.
yourself.
Exactly. And then basically, you suggested making a TikTok. And I was
it
like,
just
yeah.
it was just a way for us to connect.
It was a video that you posted,
Yeah.
just went crazy. That's on 10
And I
million
was
views now.
working that weekend. I think when we were posting those.
Yeah, and because of
And
the
so
time difference.
I was really busy. I was not on my phone, and you were like, something's
I
happening.
woke up, I
We're
went to bed.
famous.
Yeah, I went to bed and it was 2,000
I-
views. I was like, okay, fine. Woke up and I was like, it's on 250,000.
Oh my god.
It was insane. And then after
Yeah.
that, in one day, we went from 2,000 followers to 10,000.
That's
And I was just
crazy.
like,
Wow.
this is insane because I've never experienced anything
Was
like
there 10,000 in that week? Because I remember I went to Arizona and I came back and it was
Yeah,
we
it
had
happened.
just
It was the
thousands of
third or
followers
fourth
something.
video we posted. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That's crazy.
I mean, people love a good love story, especially lesbians.
Yeah,
lesbians
they
love
love that
that.
shit. Yeah.
That's insane though, because I feel like if it's your personal account and you get all those views, it's cool. But I feel because that's something so personal,
Yeah.
it's literally both of yours relationship, and
Yeah.
now suddenly all these people are seeing it. So I feel that's so cool.
I mean, I think,
Yeah.
honestly, if we'd have thought about that before, we
Would
probably
you-
would have hesitated.
Yeah, I was
Because
gonna
it is
say.
really vulnerable. And it is we never anticipate, all of these things that we filmed to begin with, we never thought about anyone else ever seeing it.
Yeah.
Aside from maybe our kids one day. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Never ever thought, my mum follows us on
That's
TikTok.
so
And I'm
cute.
like,
So
she reacts to everything. And I'm like, Mum, please.
Ugh.
Anything you post. Because I'll often put stuff up about
Yeah.
shitty comments we get from men being creepy or whatever, and she'll call me and she's like, what's this about a comment on TikTok? I'm like, oh my god. She's like, I'm fine, by the way, thanks for asking.
Oh, that's
She's like,
so
onto the
funny.
T. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, because I feel I'm usually pretty private when it comes to my relationship.
I think you're very different
and it's
to
just
what
so
people would
laid
think.
out.
sure.
Just everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Our relationship, so that's crazy.
Not anymore.
No, not anymore.
Mm,
Yeah.
it's kind of weird.
It is
And
insane.
You know what's really weird is when people I know find it.
Because we never told it our friends.
We
or
don't
anything.
tell
Yeah.
anybody. And so they'd be
Right.
like,
What's this?
yeah. And they're like, oh my god, it's so cute. People will send me all these messages, and I'm like, please. stop.
Do you ever get people that you don't know text you about for advice or anything?
Oh, our DMs on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm
sweet.
terrible at replying, but you're really good.
Yeah, I'm mostly the
We've
one
made some
replying.
really good like relationships and like have like, quite a rapport with
Yeah,
people.
there's a lot of people that
which
we have
is
like
really
relationships with.
lovely.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people come and they're also in long distance relationships, and it's just like they relate to our content, or you know, we've got people that are like, oh, you remind me of me and my wife, like we've been married for 10 years now, but this is how we met, and you're
I
just
would
like,
cry.
I know, you're
Yeah.
like, isn't that so wonderful?
Yeah.
That can like we can create a space where like that people feel like that. Like
Yeah.
that just makes me so happy.
And I
I'm
feel like it honestly does help. Like when we are long distance, like we're away from each other, and like just reading those comments
Yeah.
and stuff, and like talking to people, it is really nice because some
it's
people,
reassuring. You're like, this can work.
and a lot of people are in like the same situation. So like I'll be like asking them for advice. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, what do you guys do like
Yeah.
for this? You know what I mean?
It's so lovely in that respect,
Yeah.
for sure.
How did you guys meet?
You want to take this one?
You start.
We met on Hinge, and
Okay, maybe I should start.
yeah, I'm like, you probably, I don't know.
Because it does kind of okay.
You was more like, I've been here the whole time. This is more on you than it's on me. I was just consistently, I live here. This is all on you.
I've been waiting.
Yeah, I was waiting patiently. Yeah.
About like a year ago now, I was in London for the first time for work, and so when I was here, I was like, okay, I'm gonna like download like Hinge.
Which is
about.
fun when you're in another country.
Yeah, for
Of
sure.
course.
I love it.
Everywhere I
Do
used
you know what
to
I love?
go.
I love going to small towns, like small European towns, and like putting my Hinge. Like I don't do it now, but can't anymore.
Learning a lot. Yeah.
But like putting it on, and I'm like, oh cool, there's one other gay person in like in a
Yeah.
10-mile radius.
Yeah.
But so I get it. Like
Yeah.
being in London,
Yeah,
there's a lot
I
of
was
hot
like-
people
I was
around.
like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I was just gonna say your accent's really hot.
I know, I have a bit of an insecurity that that's the only reason why she's in it. She's just like, your
She's like
accent's
the British
really hot.
accent.
I know, I'm like, don't come to London, they're everywhere. It's not just me. I'm like, oh.
So yeah, so I was on Hinge, and then yeah, obviously at some point we matched. But
Which is crazy.
But like the way that I am is like I didn't really think that I probably like would go on a date or meet anyone. It was just kind of like for fun.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little game.
Yeah.
Just like swipe it.
It's so
I was like,
easy
oh,
these
I was
days,
like,
isn't it?
it was like looking into a window of like, oh, imagine. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What could be?
Yeah, they're like, that'd be cute. And then this one messages me.
Don't act like that's within my right. You're on Hinge. We matched. I will be messaging. Thank
Literally,
you.
like, why did this bitch actually
Yeah,
just
what
text
the
me?
fuck?
Like, throwing a spanner in the works.
She messaged me on the app where you're supposed to message people. This is crazy. Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, because I was like, this girl's well out of my league, and I was like, obviously going to shoot my shot. And I did, and then we messaged a bit, and then you ghosted me. So that's how romance starts. Everyone. That's not a lie.
My girlfriend ghosted me as well,
Yeah.
so I get it.
That's not exact.
Go on.
Okay, well, because I was only there for like one more day.
Yeah.
And I was doing all the thing, like, and I'm like, oh, imagine, like, that'd be fun, you know, but it was like my last day. And the way that I am is I'm very much like a planner too. Like, it's just last minute. I just like, I couldn't. And then I went home. And then I ended up like, I think when I was home, I messaged you. Because you were like, what did you say? You were like, do you fancy a drink or something? What did
Yeah.
you say? Which is so British.
No, okay,
That's
so
so
it's like-
English.
I think your prompt was sometimes I cry when I laugh.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, sometimes I laugh when I cry. So I was like,
oh, it
and
was
then-
actually so smooth.
That is
That's
so
really
good.
Because then
lie.
then I was like, I
you
was
like, seems like the perfect
no,
match
no,
or
no.
something.
I said I was like, what's the worst that can happen? Or like something's just stupid.
Yeah. And
And
I
then-
was like, do you want to grab a drink and find out?
Yeah,
That is smooth.
Yeah, I'm not
you
like
need
that.
to
I
teach
got
me.
game, guys.
Yeah, teach me the game.
Smooth.
I don't look it. But I somehow
If
figured
I
it
like
out.
someone, it will seem like I hate you, and I will not look at you at all. I will
Because
leave.
we've talked about this a lot of like, if
I
we
would
met
be
in a
healthy.
club or something, or like in a pub, and I'm like, you would never
no,
go
I
up
would
to anyone.
never. So I'm like, you would have had to come.
Yeah,
up to me.
I would. I would.
Are you like the kind of person that would go up to people?
100%.
Oh,
Really?
This girl used to
100%. I'm like, shoot my shot. If
It's
you're not
actually
feeling it,
fascinating.
cool. I'll
Yeah.
move on with my evening.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm like you. I would die before I go up to anyone.
I straight up will I'm just very like cards on the table. Like, I'll just go up to someone and be like, you're really fit. I don't care.
See,
How crazy
I'm
is that?
so shy for that.
Oh, yeah, you could never.
I would die.
Yeah.
I would
love
actually
it.
die.
But the thing is I just can't be fucked with games. Like, I
Yeah.
would just rather be straight up, like like obviously I'm not actually going over to someone and being like, would you like to have sex with me this evening? It's more like, you know, if there's some vibes. Yeah, probably that, to be honest. It's more like if there's vibes and there's been eye contact or whatever, like I might just be like, hiya, how's it going? My usual go-to would be like, can I buy you a drink?
Yeah.
You know, rather than...
That reminds me of such like a guy thing to
I
say.
know,
like,
God,
drink.
no. It's fine because I'm a
would've
small
died.
lesbian.
I would have just died
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, this is what I mean. We talk about it because it's like, I don't know that we'd ever have actually like spoken to each other on a night. Well, no, I would have spoken
Well, you
to
would have gone
I would
up
have
to her,
absolutely
probably.
spoken to you, yeah, no doubt. But yeah, no, you...
But it's nice to think of it that way too. Like, it's nice to think like if we did meet that way, that like you would have come up.
It would have been the same thing. Yeah.
I was saying maybe I would have looked at you.
Would have made like eye contact and then I looked away really
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
I would have been like, she's not interested. Probably still would have tried. I'd probably still give it a go, you know? Well, you got to do these things. But yeah, so that was... I did my smooth lines. I'll save them for the hot ones, so, you know.
Yeah. So then, so I got home and then I was
So,
like,
I do believe that you messaged me. I messaged to say, do you want to grab a drink? And you were still in London.
I was, yeah.
And she's
Okay.
like,
I read the message while I was in London. I said that, yeah.
and then you were like, left me on red. And she's like, yeah.
And what? I didn't want to get a message.
Yeah, what
so-
do you mean? And then flew home and said, oh no, I would,
That is
but I'm
what
back
happened.
home.
It is true.
Do you regret that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like the way we met, like, is really romantic.
Yeah.
It built up anticipation.
Yeah.
Oh my God, did it? Fucking hell.
You're like,
Oh
too
my
much.
God. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I think it's really like just special how it all unfolded. But we
But-
talk about it all the time. We're like, what would have happened though if I did go on that date with you?
Because
Like,
I was like, because we were always like, would we have slept together?
yeah.
And I'm like, probably. But you're like, yeah, probably as well. Because we
Probably.
would have just been like, well, this is just going to be, like, you live in America, right?
Yeah.
London's going to be a one-night stand.
Fuck it,
Like,
yeah.
no way.
Yeah,
is
and I
this
wonder
gonna
if we
go
would have
anywhere.
just like ended it there. Would have just been like, that was really great, or if we would have kept talking.
And you just don't know.
Don't know. Yeah.
I feel like we would have had a fun first date. Although I think you come across different to like how you came across over messages.
What do you mean?
I feel like I'm like what is it, like golden retriever?
Yeah.
And you're more of a black cat. I think she's a black cat, and I would have been like, she's not
even
interested.
looks that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But basically, because we matched in the August,
July.
matched in July. But
It's
then
a year ago now.
yeah,
Yeah.
But you didn't message me back until the August.
Well, I came back end of July probably.
Then you deleted Hinge.
the plot thickens.
It really does. I know, she's like, what? I went home and then I messaged you. And I'm like, it was about 2 months later.
No,
like a month
no,
later,
no,
yeah.
no.
Redeem yourself. Go on.
Good luck.
No. It's crazy because I have such a vivid memory of like responding to that message. I remember I was like in my like office chair. I don't know why. I just like remember this.
Yeah.
And I was like on my phone, messaging you.
It's because your
Just being
life
like-
was about
I'd
to
be like,
change. That's why you remember it.
I was like, totally would have if I was still in London.
Oh, well.
If only I'd seen this message before, which you had. No,
is
I think
so
it's for
funny.
the best. It's for the best.
But no, we
Worked out.
messaged back and forth a little bit, and then and I was like, oh well, do you have any plans of like coming to the US? And you were like, nope. And I was like, and then you were like, do you have any plans of coming back to London? And I was like, no,
Nope.
not at all. And so I just figured it was done. I figured the conversation, like, that was it. Like, why would this person want to keep talking to me? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Really hot. I don't know if you've noticed. I have. The whole time I was like, I can't believe she's talking to me. Like, what's happening?
You're like kicking your feet in bed, and she was like, yeah, end of conversation.
She's like, well, that's that then, I guess. And I'm there like, she replied to me after a month. The standards are on the fucking floor.
that is the most like you coded thing I've ever heard in my life. Like kicking your feet in bed, and the other person's like, why are we still talking?
Yeah. I'm there like, wow, this is so
I'm also
magical.
just used to that kind of energy. Like, I don't know. I just figured it was gonna obviously like just fizzle out. Or
Were you
whatever.
looking for a relationship at the time?
No.
Were you?
Okay.
Always.
I don't see. It's amazing that this
Always.
worked. Okay, when did it? When
Okay,
did it
we're
turn
gonna get
in?
to that. Actually, we're
Okay.
Okay, let's get to the love part.
And that's it. That's the whole
End
thing.
of story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we never spoke again.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah. we were messaging, and then yeah, I don't know, I deleted Hinge. I just like was like, okay, well that's it. Obviously, like we're not going to see each other again. So
Did you have
what's
each
the
other on
point?
anything else, or was it just?
No.
Oh, okay. So you fully was just like, bye.
She's
deleted
like,
Hinge,
see you
yeah.
later.
Okay.
And I remember showing the profile to my friend Ellie and being like, look at this girl, like she's so beautiful. And I was like, I've just sent her this message. I was like, she thinks she'll reply. And my friend was like, no.
So anyway, so I think it was like a month later.
Yeah.
Which
You
is funny.
re-downloaded
Which is
it.
funny because to my friend, I was like, oh, should I like re-download? Like maybe I just should never go back on like the apps. Like I was like going back and forth, and then like yeah, a month or so later, I re-downloaded it and I saw your message,
Yeah.
which was
I just said, would you like a pen pal?
No, stop.
Well, I love
That
like
is so wholesome.
I'm a complete hopeless romantic.
Me too.
I personally I love the idea of like, it doesn't have to be romantic. I just love the idea of a pen pal. I think I love writing letters, and that's actually turned out to be a huge part of our relationship. And
That's really
for me,
cute.
like when I lived in Canada for a year and a half, and I wrote to my gran the whole time I was there, and like she's an icon for many reasons.
We love that from her. She's an icon.
I mean, she's a homophobe, but she's
so
also
iconic.
that part's less
not
iconic.
that kind of.
No, but she at one point sent me an A4 picture of herself, and I was like, this is the energy I want. Do you know what I mean? I want to get to the point in my life where I'm like, do you know what someone would really love? An A4 picture of just me.
Framed. That is also very Yelka coded.
This
She
is what,
would
yeah,
do that.
hell yeah, get it, girl. I'm down. You want one of those? I'll find a printer and I'll send you one of me.
That is so
Please
fucking
do.
funny. No, that's iconic.
But yeah, like so I was just like, do you want a pen pal?
Yeah.
And then didn't hear anything for a month.
But you love like a month gap, don't
Yeah,
you?
she loves that.
Yeah. And then it's cute though because you were like talking to like your friends about it, and you were like, "Do you think she'll ever like?"
Yeah, and they were like, absolutely not. She's never going to speak to you again. And I was like, okay.
Because you probably thought I read that message and then didn't respond.
It had been
Like,
a month.
I had
It had
more.
been a month, Kelsey.
I didn't read that message. Because if I read that message, then I would have been like,
You just
oh,
had
you
deleted
do
it,
still want to keep talking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you reply to that message?
Yeah, even then at that point, I think I like re-downloaded it and I was like, oh yeah, I did the like, oh yeah, sure, like, I was like, message me on Instagram.
I think
Like,
you said, I think you were
speed.
like, I downloaded it. I deleted it. I deleted the app for a bit, but like, sure, like add me on Instagram.
Yeah.
Um,
Again, thinking nothing of it, just being like, okay, cool, like maybe I'll have like a friend in London if I go back. Like
Free
that's-
accommodation.
exactly. That's all she's
Yeah,
in it for.
that's nice.
Yeah.
I was like, why not? Yeah.
And then we DM'd a bit.
On Instagram, yeah.
I was hilarious as always.
And so humble. I
And
must
so
say.
humble, always. I'm a very modest human.
Yeah.
No, I think I messaged something like, "Hi, I'm like applying for the friend opening. Like, I've heard that there's like a friend
Yeah.
opening
You're
and
so
like
good
a
with
London-based
lines.
friend."
Smooth.
So good.
I was like, you know what? Like, I can give you sort of references if you need that. Like this whole spiel.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
she
gonna
read
steal
it
that.
and didn't reply.
Okay, come on.
And I was like,
That's not true.
yeah. You took
mean?
ages to reply, and I was like, she's fucking gonna air me again. And then it turns out you were just so amazed by my message that you were like, I've
No, I
got
was
to come up
thinking
with a
about it.
really good response.
I
But
mean,
for
yeah.
me, I'm like,
Because it was
she's
really,
just airing me again.
it was really funny.
I am
and I was
pretty
like,
funny.
I gotta like meet the same.
Yeah, you need to meet the
I
standards.
don't know. That's how my mind works. Yeah, it was like I can't just be like, oh, ha ha.
But
I'm
having
like,
someone
I gotta
read,
match it.
like,
having
LOL.
someone
Yeah.
read your message and not
Yeah.
reply, you're obviously just like, well, this is
I didn't
it.
realize you were like, oh, you like read it, like that you were really paying attention that much.
Obviously.
I'm
so
like that too,
cute.
to be fair. I'd be
That's
like, okay,
so
well,
cute.
you
I'd be like, it's
don't
been 3 hours
care. Where
and
are you?
25 minutes. Like, what is happening? I honestly don't remember after that. It just
Well,
feels
then
like
I was really funny back because you
Don't recall that,
Ah.
actually.
oh,
you told me I was really funny.
oh, you said I had really good style, which is ironic considering I'm dressed as a giant baby. But you did say you were like, you have really good style, and I was like, are you being sarcastic?
You were like mean.
I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah, and I
She
was
was like,
like,
I like your style. I was like, what do you mean you like my style?
you got really aggressive.
I did. I did.
I was
You're like, I'm sorry.
yeah, I was like, you're really aggressive.
These British people don't like compliments.
No, but we really don't.
No.
do we?
I was just like, what do you mean? Like, I'm just a humble spud. Like, what did
A
it?
humble spud.
No,
I said that an awful lot to her, yeah.
I've never heard
humble
anyone say a humble
I am but a
spud.
humble spud.
I
Like,
could
I
send you
just
the
am
screenshot,
I'm a
and that's
human
literally
spud.
what she said.
That-
Yeah,
I'm a human spud.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
And
just
I
how
was
it
like-
is. No,
Like,
because
what is
I
that?
scared her before we met. I was really like, oh my God, 'cause she's so beautiful. And she lives in LA. I'm like, she's surrounded by beautiful people. And I just kept being like, I'm really not like, all my Instagram pictures are going to be like the best of the best, right? The creme de la creme. Don't judge me on that because you're going to meet me and it's going to be awful. And you at one point got really scared that you were going to meet me and I was just going to be nothing like this.
I mean, you kind of did set yourself up to fail with that.
No, genuinely.
Yeah.
Like, that's just like one little comment. Like, she was constantly, she's like, oh, my first boyfriend like told me that I had like rabbit teeth. I'm like,
This is a true story.
and I'm like,
That's
wait,
rude,
what is-
first
It
of
is
all.
rude. If you no, I'm just kidding. You no, but I said no. He said I had rabbit teeth, which is like by and by, and then he said I had old people hands, which
What?
like
Okay, sorry.
Wait, what?
he said they were very
You
wrinkly.
know what? They look youthful to me.
Thank you so
You're
much
so
because in my old
welcome.
age that really means a lot. But it's the way he said it, and I was like, when someone offends you, and you're like, I don't have room for any more
Yeah.
insecurities. You're like, I'm gonna park that one.
Yeah.
So he said it, and I was like, okay, moving on. Like that was it. But I did want to give you like a fair.
You're just constantly just
Judgment.
tearing yourself
I
down.
was very scared. Very
Yeah.
nervous. Anyway,
Anyway,
blah, blah, blah. We talked. It was fine, I guess. And
How long did you guys talk for before meeting for the first time?
Also,
Oh.
sorry, really quickly. Did you make it official before you met?
no.
We didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
We thought you did. Okay,
No.
fine.
We were very, like, what we would call sensible.
But wait,
Yeah.
were you not official girlfriends, but exclusive in a way? You were.
No,
Were you
okay.
still okay?
No.
No.
We weren't.
You know what? That's
No,
quite
we
surprising
weren't.
for lesbians, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Fine.
I think we were just like, this is insane. This is
Yeah.
insane. We definitely were in love. We never said it.
Yeah.
We were like,
Did
we
you ever
cannot.
say anything else to each other? Like,
We said all the things
I
around.
feel like I
you.
adore you. I this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always
We would
everything
just be
but.
like, I like you so
Or
much.
we'd be
So
FaceTiming,
much.
I like you so much.
Well, no, because I have a dog, so oftentimes like we would just be FaceTiming, and I'd be like looking at my dog, and I'd be like, I love you,
And we're like-
I love you so much.
We're just there like, okay.
and I'm like,
We're really finding all the loopholes. I like sent a video once. I was like, oh, this is video for Ollie, for her dog. But I was like,
You were
I love
really
you.
drunk.
I was
No,
really drunk as
stop.
per, and I was like, I love you. Like, and it was, yeah. But
Maybe that wasn't one of your smoothest moments.
no, oh no. I've never claimed to be that. No, I did just claim to be that smooth, didn't I? Yeah.
I played that video so many times.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
But you're in
melt.
bed like kicking your feet like, yeah, she's in love with me.
Yeah.
But we both knew, but we both sort of said, like, let's be sensible. We're not going to do this. Like, we're not going to be official. We're not going to say that we love each other. Like, that's insane
Yeah.
for us. Each to their own. But for
Yeah.
us, we were just like the physical element is huge.
It can be so different in person because I feel like over FaceTime and like text, you can have such a different kind of chemistry than in person. Because like I've had that with people, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, actually, this is not vibe whatsoever.
And like, thank God for technology, like FaceTime and stuff. Like you do,
Yeah.
we started doing little like vlogs to each other. So we'd like literally film parts of our days and just be like, oh, like we're doing this now and we're doing this now. And like, these are my
Yeah.
friends. And we FaceTime each other's friends. And we did as much as we possibly could. But like, you still don't know.
Because we were really like worried that like we weren't showing everything of ourselves, so we were trying to send like ugly photos.
We're like, look at
worst
me
of
in
the
this
worst.
one.
We're
Yeah.
actually like that.
Yeah, we were trying to send
think
like
it's-
take real videos. I was like I play a lot of video games, so I literally would like take a video of me being like, this is me like in my headset, like
Yeah.
I'm a nerd.
That's
like,
what you're signing
like,
up for. Yeah.
So yeah,
But you've got to be realistic.
there'd be long videos. Like we would send like 5 minute, like 8 minute, like long videos. I'd be like, oh, I'm making breakfast. Like I would just set
just
up
make breakfast.
my phone,
Yeah.
and I would just straight up just like make coffee, make
Yeah.
breakfast.
I
Like, this is
love
what I'm
that.
doing.
I love that.
Just to be like, this is actually who I am. This is like what I like, how I walk. This is how I. Because
This is how I walk.
This is how.
What if you
Just like strutting in the
what if
living room.
Yeah, she's like-
everything's fine, and then yeah, you meet me, and I'm like, just like walking around.
Like, I promise I walk like a normal person.
Yeah.
Like I've not got a weird walk.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we were very realistic about it, I think. We just also like it's a lot at stake. Like we it's
Yeah.
a big risk, and I think we like that. Like you're saying, it's not stereotypical of lesbians to like not be official before they've met or not say I love you or whatever. Like lesbians move fast. I will say, yes, we took 3 months to meet. We were talking about it after 10 days.
Yeah.
So like swings and roundabouts. Like some of it went real quick.
Yeah.
But other stuff like we were like we set boundaries in that respect. We were like, okay, like just so you know, like, I'm not going to say I love you before we meet. And we were both like, yeah, like, agreed. Like, that would be, obviously we found a lot of loopholes, but like,
Yeah.
and like, we can look back now and be like, we absolutely did love each other at that point.
I know. It sounds really insane, but I think probably after like, I don't know, like a week, I honestly think I just like was in love with you.
Yeah.
And that sounds crazy, right?
No, I love that. I probably would have hated that before, but like, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like, that sounds like, okay, yeah, sure. But the fact that like we are together, like I can now be like, yeah, I was.
Yeah, like,
I think a lot of it's
something
like
absolutely
trusting
was.
yourself though, because you're
Yeah.
like, this is insane. I'm just getting like caught up in this like wonderful whirlwind of a thing, and like it can't possibly be as good as I'm
And
thinking.
a lot of
it
friends
is.
were like kind of being like that, like just
your
doubting
mum.
it.
Your mum was like, maybe you're just gonna make a really good friend, and that's more than enough. And you were like, I don't really want a friend. Like that's not really what this
Yeah.
is. My family were like, you just need to chill out, and I was like, I cannot, because I was there like, I think this woman might be my wife, and they were all like, Jesus Christ.
Was
yeah.
everyone quite supportive though, or like were people like, you? This is so silly.
Honestly, I had mixed reactions.
Mixed, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
My one of my housemates was like, you're going to end up dead in a ditch, and I was like,
God.
maybe.
It's a risk I'm willing
I'm
to
too
take.
much of a hopeless romantic to not just give it a go, and like if I die, just make sure my picture's decent on the news. Do you know what I mean? Like it's, you know, you've got to give it a go.
Yeah. I remember
think
that
that's the thing.
conversation though, because I remember you like told me about that and you were just like really down about it. And I think it kind of scared you a bit too. You were like
Yeah.
a little bit more cautious for like, oh, you were like, maybe this isn't. And we would have moments like that. We'd be like, okay, maybe this like isn't what we think it is, you know? And like we'd get freaked out a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Because it was a lot. Like, it's like, I had like just such deep feelings for you. And then, yeah, to just be like anything could be different in person.
I think
Anything.
I think a big thing for you as well is like I when we started talking, I was going on dates. I had dates in the diary.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that for you was like, she was like, oh shit, I really like this girl. Because I remember
Yeah.
just being like, well, I'm like, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, I'm going on a date.
Okay,
or
so how
whatever.
long was you like dating other people until like you stopped?
Oh, not long. Like, I don't know.
It's crazy though, because all of
week or
that time
two?
period, like when I think about it, it feels like it was like months. But when we look back at it, we're like, that was like day
We're like, we
3.
crazy. What the hell
So
are we
funny.
doing? Yeah.
It was crazy because I remember like that's when I started being like, oh no, I have feelings for this girl. Because you were like, I was like, oh, what are you doing over the weekend? You're like, oh, I have like a date, and I was like,
That's so funny you told her that though.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
I love
Again,
that you
like,
told her
I'm
that.
very like open book. I'm just very upfront and honest, and like I also think I've made the mistake previously of like putting all my eggs in one basket, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, Becky, like think before you're
Yeah,
just
like,
like,
you're dating. Like
yeah,
you're dating
let's
people.
like, this person lives like 5,000 miles away and you've never met them, and it's very you to just be like, fuck everyone else, I'm gonna just put all, like, this is
Yeah.
what I want to do. And I was like, no, we'll keep talking, because I think it was very early on into us
Very early on,
talking.
yeah.
We'll keep talking, and I'll just keep sort of life as normal as I can, and we'll go from there. And I mean, very quickly I stopped dating people.
Yeah.
So
It didn't last too long, but
didn't
you
last
had
too
the
long.
mindset to begin with. Fine.
yeah,
what
for
did
sure.
you say to me though? You said something really. You were like, you're making me like realize why it's not working with anybody else. Or, like,
Yeah.
something so sweet.
Because I sort of had, when we started talking, I'd gotten out of a relationship sort of 6 months prior, and I thought, okay, this relationship has just like hit me so hard that I'm never going to have that feeling again of just like the excitement and the rush
Yeah.
and the passion and the, you know, the people that I was dating, they're very lovely, and like there was nothing wrong with them, but I just didn't have that excitement or that like push to want to really put in the effort. It was like, yeah, this is nice, and I thought, okay, that's just how it's going to be from now on. And then we started talking, and it was like that came back completely, and I'm like, it's not, it just made, yeah, it fully made me realize it's not anything to do with the people or me, like, as in it's nothing to do with the people doing anything wrong, or like they're very lovely, it's just not there, the thing is just not there. Whereas with you, it was like I was so excited, and I just hadn't had that in a really long time, and I was kind of like, right, well, everyone else can get in the bin, respectfully. And yeah, so it,
But also,
it happened
that's
quickly.
It's a crazy concept though of like dating people and then being like, hey, like have loved this, but actually like, there's this girl I've never met like 5,000 miles.
I told one of the
that's what
people
you
that I was
did.
dating
Oh,
that.
you
I
actually
told
told?
her. She's wonderful. Like, we still see each other from time to time. We're sort of in the same circles. And it worked out perfectly, because she was like, I just kind of think I'm not ready for anything serious. And I was like, cool, because I've started talking to someone that lives 5,000 miles away. And she was like, you're fobbing me off for someone that lives in America that you've never met. And I was like, glad you understand what's happening here. And she was like, okay, that's like crazy. But, you know, like it worked out and we were both, again, like it was very respectful. And yeah, it was really nice that it sort of just happened. And we never said we were exclusive.
Yeah.
But we also never really had any other interest in dating.
Yeah, but there was that moment when you told me, you were like, I think I'm gonna like call it off.
Yeah.
With like the people that I'm dating.
Yeah.
I'm serious and like I'm invested in this. At one point though, we did talk about it of just like maybe let's just not.
You didn't want to know.
Yeah.
Because we're quite different in the regard of like, one night stands, I can do them, I don't mind. I'm very happy to just go on a night out, see how it goes, whatever. Whereas I think you need more of an emotional connection with people.
Yeah.
And so for me, it means a lot less.
Yeah.
Like, I think I get a lot less from it, but I can do it and it is what it is. And I think we then reached a point where it was like, yeah, you didn't want to know if that was happening. And we didn't talk about it until you got here, until we met.
What do you mean?
We ended up being like, I was like, just so you know, like, after I'd sort of ended it with the people I was sort of seeing or dating, I didn't do anything with anybody else. It was just you.
Yeah.
But we did agree, like, you were like, I just don't want to know.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
But I think it's nicer that you got to like have that conversation, you know? And I think maybe that's why you guys are so close too, because you were so open.
Yeah.
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 I think we've always been really, really open.
I don't have much of a choice. I think it just falls out of my mouth. It's
I
just
can't
how it
help
goes.
it.
No, truly.
No, honestly, I'd be like, don't say that. I'm just saying the thing.
Yeah. But I think that's
can't
nice.
help it.
I think it's just like it's easy and safe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why you feel like you can just say whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
So,
definitely.
Yeah.
So did you make it official like the first time that you saw each other? As soon as you could, you were like, let's make it official.
I went and picked Kelsey up from the airport.
So she flew down to London for the
She
first
flew
time.
here. She flew on Christmas Day because it was cheaper. You landed. We met at the airport, which was just insane. I remember that whole drive just being so nervous. And like, I voice noted my best friend just before I went in and I was crying because I was like, this is just so intense. Like, I've never felt anything like it in my life. Like,
Yeah.
I'm about to meet an absolute stranger at the airport and that just seems insane to me.
Yeah, like before that, you're like going out and you're like, how tall are you? You're like trying to judge like how
just don't-
tall I would be.
yeah.
Like we just don't know what we're gonna actually
Yeah.
really look
Feel
like
like in person
in
as well.
person.
Also, we're
and the
big,
energy.
We're
Yeah.
big energy people.
Yeah.
Like I'm the type of person, and I think you're pretty similar. It's like it's less about looks. It helps,
Yeah.
but it's less about looks. It's more about vibes with people. And like we got as close as we could over FaceTime and WhatsApp, but like ultimately, like we were very open to the fact that we may well meet and be in person with each other and be like, it's just not that. Like, it's
The
just not this.
chemistry, or like
Yeah, we were fully aware that like that was a risk and it was totally
Because also
possible.
we talked about sex before we met.
Yeah.
But we'd never like sexted really. I don't think we sexted. Did we sexted? Sexted. Did we? We just sexted a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. We dipped our toe.
No, we did.
I don't
we
even.
full-fledged
We
sexted.
absolutely
I don't
did.
even remember.
We absolutely did.
Did
It's just funny because I remember the first time we started talking about all of that, you were like, "So should we talk about sex?" That's just
very
and I was
British
like,
of mine. Like,
Let's talk about sex.
yeah, let's do
and
it.
I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." Sure.
I'm like, what do you like? What are you
This
into?
is like the least sexual conversation I've had about sex.
No, but I think this is the thing is I'm very practical. I'm very
You're
blunt.
a realist.
I'm just like, I want to know if
This
I'm
is
investing
hot.
in you. I know you're like, this is not exactly what I had in mind. I'm like, do you like this? Yes or no?
Yeah.
But ultimately, I was just like, I need to know these things. If you're going to fly over here to meet me and you're going to be staying in my house,
Yeah.
I would like to know, like, realistically, what are the chances that we're going to match up on these things?
Yeah.
So it's not much we didn't talk about before, I'd say.
Yeah. We were just so scared of like it not working out that I feel like we talked about everything.
Yeah, probably too
But that's
much.
so good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to be prepared, I guess.
Yeah, we were actually prepared. Well, also because I kept saying too, I was like, we're gonna know, at least I'm going to know as soon as I make like eye contact with you,
Yeah.
I will know. It doesn't matter, like you
Which
can be
just
at the end
puts
of the
so much more pressure on the meeting at the airport. You're
Yeah.
like, we
Yeah.
will know within like 2 seconds.
You're looking at them
Yeah.
like,
we will.
like
You're
either
feeling
yes or
it?
no.
Yeah.
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 Which was insane. But we met at the airport.
And and I like connected to the airport Wi-Fi, and I like because that video I like posted is me literally sitting at the airport, being like taking like deep breaths. And I like just took a video of myself because I was like, this is just crazy.
Like just to record that time of your life.
Never thought I would like ever post that anyway. I just thought like, you know, if this works out, like for the memories, just like having a video before we met, just right before. But I literally was like,
I'm ventilating.
And then she's like, all right, I'm ready. Like, because we were like, oh, let's like film it also because this is also crazy. And again, if it works out, like
We'll always have that.
We'll always have a video of us like meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
Like how special is that?
I was late to the airport, which is pretty much how it goes with me.
Very me coded.
Yeah. But I also, it was Boxing Day and I was like, I have to get her flowers. And I was like running around and like everywhere was closed. And I ended up getting flowers, which like I didn't love, but I was kind of like, so you're sitting waiting, which bless your heart must have been awful. And I'm just running around like a headless chicken. Yeah. And I'm there like, I just
Brushing
got
my
some
teeth in the
flowers.
bathroom.
Yeah. And yeah, we met and then we went, I remember the drive back home.
We're just skipping this meeting.
Well, because I'm trying to get back to
fine.
the question, Kelsey.
Yeah,
The
it was
question
good.
is, when did we become official?
You're right.
We got back to my house and
I love this.
we sat on my bed and I asked if I could kiss you.
So can we just?
That is
That's
really,
really
cute.
sweet.
We were talking about this last night because I was like, do you remember you literally like we were just sitting like crisscross, like just like you know, and yeah, you literally just like, can I kiss you? And I
Wait,
was like,
so when
also
you
just needed to
first
know if it was
saw
good.
each other in the airport, you didn't kiss?
No.
Wow. I
No.
would have thought that
We
would
drove
been
all the way
like,
home.
we both are very big on like tension though. Like we're
Yeah.
both like we're like
I can tell.
3 months wasn't long enough. We're like, let's give it another hour and a half
3
drive
months
home.
foreplay, yeah.
well because it's like that just like tension between like it's like exactly like we'd waited so long and also like all of that is amazing like
Yeah.
meeting like just being together for the like when you drove me back like me putting like my hand on your leg
I've
like
never, it was
that's
like,
like enough to do like all the things just at once.
well, we were also
Yeah.
like, we want to savor like these moments of just like, like the innocence of it all, like meeting for the first time. And, you know, we said like, do you think we'll kiss at the airport? And we were like, well, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't,
Yeah.
it doesn't. But like, we were both so nervous, just like holding each other was insane. We'd never touched before.
Yeah.
Holding each other, we were like, this is insane. And then
I think wanting to soak up just all of those moments like
you
on-
were
it's-
so nervous.
but that's something we both really connect on, I think.
Yeah.
Like just the fact that like we just want to like
Like, we'll
really,
never get that
fully,
time back.
Like, but like fully like feel those like just all the moments.
like
just
the
in general in
individual
life.
little things.
Yeah, just really like appreciate and like just sit in just like the emotion.
Yeah, and it was just like a wholesome moment. It wasn't like, oh my god, I
Yeah.
can't wait just to like rip your clothes off. I mean,
No,
I'm sure that
it was
too,
just like,
but,
I can't wait to be in like real life with you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was just like, and yeah, like being in the car, like, I remember, you put your hand on my leg and I was like, this.
And I was like, do it, put your hand.
like filming yourself for like 5 minutes. Like,
she
God,
did it and I was
yeah.
like, oh my God, like I've never been
I
touched
couldn't
before. I was like,
feel my hand.
You're like immediate.
It felt like it
blue
was
balls.
just floating. And I was like, why is this like I've never put my hand on someone's lap? Like it was like just like
we're both there like, oh my God.
Hovering.
So if we'd have kissed then we would just imploded at that point. Yeah, we got home, sat on my bed. I'd made a little like welcome package to the UK.
so
cute.
And then we were just sitting, and I was first of all in a bit of a rush because, again, like as we clarified, I'm like very much like either yes or a no. So I'm like, we need to like kiss because if this is bad,
Would that have been a deal breaker for you if the first kiss wasn't what you expected? For both of you, the question.
I think for me it wouldn't have been a deal breaker. I think I was so emotionally invested by that point.
yeah.
It's kind of like we would have figured it out.
You could teach someone.
Yeah. Fortunately, I didn't have that problem.
No, I don't think. Yeah.
Are you sure?
No.
You're like, tell me
She's
right
like,
now.
just double checking.
She's like,
I think it was all right. Yeah, but we've worked on it.
If the sex was bad, I'm assuming it wasn't. For the sake of you guys, would that have been a deal breaker?
It's tough because that's like chemistry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can't really help that.
I mean, you can improve.
I feel like though, if
it depends.
the spark's not there,
That is the spark. I feel like yeah.
because like, it can be like, yeah, actually didn't like that position, but like if it generally just didn't feel good, I
True.
feel like you can't really fix that.
I think it would never. I don't think anything would ever have been a complete deal breaker. It would have been a conversation.
True.
So like that's just very much like our approach to a relationship in general. Is I think that like anything would have just been, okay, we have to have a conversation about this. And like nothing's ever, we would never as people just like rule something out, I think, without like talking about it first.
Yeah. But I feel like it's an energy thing. I think you can get a lot, like you can just tell how someone's gonna even be like kissing wise, like sex wise, from just like that energy and like getting to know someone, and like obviously helps like being physically just like together.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I feel like you guys kind of touched on this,
Yeah.
but I want to know the specific moment because I'm out here for it. When was like the specific moment you both knew it was worth it to go long distance? Because obviously it's like one thing to say, let's give this a try and see, but like, you know, that it was like, okay, this moment felt like...
I mean, she was in love after a week.
Yeah. I'm like,
I know there's so many, I'm trying to think, because like there's like the moment when like I knew, I was like, oh, okay, I think like I'm like in love with you. But I don't know if that was the moment where I was like, this makes sense to like do the
I think
relationship also.
it's a really, really big thing that we're both hopeless romantics. So I think that's going to happen a lot quicker for us than it happens for other people. Like we are very much like it would never put me off if someone lived, obviously, thousands of miles away. And I think you're the same.
Like, it's not something I would look for or like want.
No.
Obviously, who would?
Because it makes it so much more difficult.
So difficult.
Yeah, I like would not want to do this, but at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, putting that aside, which I think we did. Like we kind of put that, like putting aside. It's like, okay, but like, what are the feelings that I have for you? Just like regardless. And I feel like that's just what we focused on.
We do have. There is a screenshot of a message I sent to my housemates, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm going to fall in love with a girl that lives 5,000 miles away. Like, I know this is going to happen. And there's a message I sent to you where I said, if this keeps going how it's going, I'm going to fall in love with you, which was like fucking like 4 days after we started talking.
So we knew, like, we're right there. Like, we felt that moment. We're like,
I think
we could keep talking. Like, we're obviously.
For me, it was our first ever, like, what we would call our first date, which was like our first like FaceTime date. And we talked very like candidly about if either of us had intentions of moving, if we would ever be in a long distance relationship. And for me, it was like, okay, we're both on the same page. And we were like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true.
We're
we
both
did ask that.
Yeah.
We were like, yeah, you're right. So I guess that first date.
There was a slight confusion, which we didn't realise until like a little while in, that I was like, I don't really want to move. And you thought I was like, yeah, I'll move. Big slide.
It was a really big, yeah.
But it was fine.
No, because you were like, I'd find a way, like, no matter what. If
I would.
that was the case and I had to move,
I would. I'm too much of a hopeless
So I thought
romantic.
it was like 50-50 for a while. I didn't know
which I don't, in my head, it was never 50-50 because you'd already been to London and been like, I love it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, sick, she's just going to move to London. This is ideal. And then you were like, well, no, like, you need to think about whether you'd move to LA. And I was like, look, if it ever came down to it, and I'm like, okay, this is the love of my life, I'd move anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just not my preference.
It's just not an ideal situation.
I've lived in my whole life. I've got friends that I've known since I was really young that are, you know, moving on to get like married and having kids. And I'm like, I want to be around for that.
Yeah.
But also, if the love of my life turned around and said, I need to be in this place, I'll be there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we both, early on, were like, yeah, okay, we're both in this. We're going to try and we're open.
Yeah.
Is this for both of you your first long distance?
It's not mine, but like, what?
No, I'm letting you speak.
Go on. This is definitely the longest.
The furthest.
Got
Like
you,
distance
right.
wise.
Yeah.
We've both been in long distance relationships.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
How
nothing that
close were they
far.
before? Like, was it like a big time difference as well?
At one point I dated a girl in Canada for like a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did have that relationship.
My furthest was Leeds. So like for me, this is like
Same time zone.
it's like long distance on steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Leeds, same time zone. I could hop on a train and be there in a few hours.
That is
It's not
so
quite an 11-hour
Medium
flight.
distance, fine.
Medium,
it's like
yeah.
just pack a
Yeah.
go bag.
Yeah,
Fine.
yeah. No, there was none of that with this.
Yeah. Even when we were first looking, I remember thinking about it being like, because I had just like gone to London, I remember being like, oh my God, it was such a long flight.
It takes it out of you.
Yeah, and I was like thinking about it and I was like, I don't know if I could do that. Like very early days, obviously, I was like kind of thinking about that and being like, that's a lot flying that back and forth.
But it's so interesting because like we are obviously 5,000 miles away from each other, but it doesn't feel like that to me. I'm like, because I
She's
remember.
like, I feel it.
Yeah. No, you feel far away. I would love for you to not be 5,000 miles away. I was speaking to one of my friends and she's in a long distance relationship. And I was like, I remember saying to her, like, oh, that's really hard. And like her girlfriend lives in Scotland. And I was like, oh, I also have a girlfriend that lives really far away. Because I remember being like, that's like, gosh, that must be really far. But I almost think sometimes when they're like almost within touching distance, like within the same country as you, it's almost harder in a way because it's like you're so close, but you're not. Whereas it's like, we know that the reality of the situation is we're really far away. I don't know. In my head, that makes sense.
I can't. I get
Do you know
it.
what I mean?
I can't explain it.
Yeah.
But I get it.
I'm like, we are long distance. We're not like medium. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
like you have no choice.
Yeah.
The girls that get it. The girls that don't.
girls
Yeah,
that don't.
clearly.
With the distance, obviously, how often do you guys try to see each other physically in real life? Is there like a set time, or is it just like go with the flow?
I mean, I think we have realized, because the longest I think we've been apart now, well, besides that, like, first, I feel like that doesn't count, of, like, we had never met each other.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
count.
since we've met.
Was 3 or 4 months?
3 months.
Yeah.
I die.
And awful. I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
long.
my insecurities, like, just, like, were just
That's why I
so
wanted to
bad.
touch on
Yeah.
like, how do you keep growing together and like really getting to know each other on a deeper level, but also how does that trigger certain sides of you?
Yeah, like things come out like
Yeah.
when you're in that position.
I think also like being in a secure relationship triggers stuff within you.
Definitely.
For sure,
We've
yeah.
had this conversation.
Being in a healthy relationship
yeah.
triggers stuff
There's
within
so
you.
much healing you can do by yourself, but then once you get into like a healthy
Yeah,
relationship,
you're like, I'm fine. And then like there's
Yeah.
things that we've
Well,
come across and
yeah.
we're like, I'm not
Because
fine.
no one else is
I
there
am
to like
not okay.
trigger you. Like I'm not well.
I am
need therapy.
unwell. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
but,
unwell.
I mean, yeah, like exactly, like nothing is triggering you. You're just like,
Yeah.
I mean, things are triggering you, but like,
Yeah.
not as much as like when you're in a relationship. There's way
Yeah.
more, but you can also like, I see it as opportunities. I'm like, there's opportunities to like being triggered, and then like, but yeah, I just think that stuff comes up more, and we just have to like work through it and realize that we're both bringing stuff to
Yeah.
like
I think also
this relationship.
the older you get, the more that you have.
Oh,
The more that you that
definitely.
brings with you.
Yeah.
Like the more that I'm gonna bring to the table and the more
like
that like
all the relationships and like just the way you grow
a
up,
lot of
everything.
trauma, like from like like relationships specifically. I think like now being the age I am, like we do have a lot of like relationship experience, and that's a
Yeah.
blessing and a curse because you know what you don't want, but also you're afraid of things that have happened previously that might not be happening in this relationship, but you're scared of them happening again.
Yeah.
And that's like your worst enemy.
I feel like in the generation we live in now, which is why I love you both are like hopeless romantics, because I feel like a lot of people these days are just scared
Yeah.
and
It is
they just
scary.
don't commit because they're like, I just don't want to get hurt again.
I think ultimately, like, I would never let an experience, like, yes, I have more awareness of it. Yes, there's more fear. But I'm like, I didn't go through that for nothing.
Yeah.
That's my mindset on it is like, I've gone through these things in order to get to a place. And I'm very much like, the universe has got a plan. And we're sort of like, that's my vibe anyway.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, I've gone through these things, and I am a massive believer that everything you go through you can learn from, you can take something from, good or bad. Probably bad is better in my opinion. It's like you're going to go through something and it's going to be awful, but you're going to come out and say like, I'm stronger for it. And you know, I just think we've learned a lot from previous things, and like we're very passionate about being authentic, and I think we're actually at some point soon, once we get our act together, we're going to be doing like a series on just like we're not perfect. Like we have a lot of arguments, and like we do not a lot of arguments. We have arguments, we have disagreements. Like this last month, we've been living together, from like going to meeting twice and then living together.
But also that's a lot from like what I experienced in previous long distance relationships. It's constantly the switch of nothing to everything. There's never an
Exactly.
in between.
Yeah.
And it's a lot.
Yeah.
And like also like whilst Kelsey's here, she doesn't have much work on. I'm working every day.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it is really hard. I also have housemates, so she's living with people as well.
And I live by myself. I've lived by myself for like years. And I have
Yeah.
a dog who's like, I'm just like not around
Yeah.
anymore, which is like a huge part of my routine.
Yeah.
And being in a whole other country. So yeah, I think we just talked a lot about recently just about how just like not normal this dynamic is.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in, yeah.
And it's
sure.
true. It's like we're either exactly like not together at all.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Or we're
okay,
in each other's
remembering
pockets.
like putting like photos like in my apartment being like, this person is real. Like, you know,
Yeah.
because we can only talk to each other for like a few hours a day because also the time difference.
Yeah.
To, being together like just 24/7.
Yeah.
And you working a full-time job and me just trying to like fill my time because like I really am here like
To visit me.
to visit you, to be
Yeah.
here with you. So it's just like not a normal dynamic. And it's actually like, it's like an unhealthy dynamic.
Yeah.
If you think about it. Like, it's not like, you know, it's not a dynamic you would want to be in a relationship.
It's hard
tricky.
because it's not like if you lived here and like you had a job and you built a life and you had friends, like it would be entirely different. But it's like
Exactly.
this isn't how it would be if you did, because
Yeah.
it's like you don't have anything else here.
But then I also want to say, do you think your relationship would be as strong as it is now? Because I feel like you communicate differently because of the distance.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to. And I feel like you said before as well, you guys are very open and honest. I mean, obviously that wouldn't change, but I feel like because you have conversations maybe quicker or sooner because you want to figure that out for yourself.
Yeah, I think so. I think like, because obviously you have relationships and there's like the honeymoon period in the beginning, everything's great, but it's like, it's the long distance is like so tough that it's true. I think you're forced to have those conversations sooner and to like really like deal with those like insecurities and like, there's like the things that are coming up for you a lot sooner and like have those conversations. So I do think like we're not perfect by any means, but I definitely think we've worked a lot on like that foundation of like communication and exactly how we deal with conflict and how we want to deal, like what we want it to look like. And we're definitely like, we're not there, it's not perfect, but we like know what we want and where we're headed.
And the older you get, the more you realize it's less about finding the perfect person for you and it's more about finding someone who's willing to work on it with you. And I think that's a huge thing of like, we aren't the same person. We have differences, and like culturally there's a lot of differences as well. But the bottom line is like we both want this, and so we're both willing to have uncomfortable conversations and work on things together. And I think that takes you a very, very long way. But like, it's not easy. It's not easy being 5,000 miles apart when like you just need a hug from the other person to be like, it's okay. Like that's really tricky.
How because like we touched on it like lightly now, like the conflicts and stuff when that happens, how do you deal with that when you're on a distance from each other? Because obviously it's so much easier to do that in person because you can hold each other, you can like
physical contact when you're having conflict is huge.
You
We
don't
just
even
don't have
realize how important that is.
And do you have the same like attachment styles? Because I feel like obviously if one of you is like, anxious, one of you is avoidant, like that can cause conflict, especially on distance.
Yeah.
I think we're both anxious leaning
Okay.
in our attachment styles.
Yeah, but together I think I'm more anxious.
Yeah.
And you're more, I don't know.
Yeah, I would never have said I was an avoidant, but I think it's so interesting because I think this relationship has brought out a different side of me.
Yeah.
I will say we have certain things in place, I guess, for if we're having a conflict and it is long distance. We've got these little avocados, these little toy avocados. They're our sons, and we each have one. And like when Kelsey came here, we swapped, and like because I'd already got one, and then we bought another one, and we swapped. And one's called Ava, and one's called Jean. Shout out Ava and Jean if you're watching this. And we love you guys. And we swapped them, and it's like. They're like our like emotion, like things that make us feel connected, and we'll hold them, and it's like I don't know, something that's like we both have.
Yeah.
You know, it's so cringy, but it is the thing.
Yeah, but we have so many jokes with them, and so it's just funny.
No, they're legends.
Yeah,
love them.
It's tough because like my mind just keeps going to like how hard that is because of also the time difference. Because a lot of times it's kind of like. You know, you don't want to have like that conversation right before bed. You don't want to have that conversation right before work.
Or
like,
when you just woke
which
up.
for us,
when you just woke up, and that is those
it's
are the
like
situation.
I'm going
Sometimes.
to bed and she's starting work.
Yeah.
And
or
if
vice versa.
And if there's a situation and then like we have that conversation and it's like now you're going to bed, so now I have the rest of my day. Let's say
You can't just like solve something there and then. Like it has to be like we don't speak for
or like
hours.
we're messaging and then I'm like I'm at work, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of
But
it.
it's like, let's say, okay, like you go to bed, so then that's all that time period, and then it's like, okay, what, do I stay up till midnight to be able to talk to you for like 20 minutes before you
Yeah.
go to work? Because if not, then it's like, okay, now I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
So now, and now you're just like trying to work and deal with those emotions, and like that's really tough.
It is really tough.
And then I wake up, and then you're done with work, and it's like, now you might have
It's just a cycle.
you
might
might
have
start your
plans,
day
you might
like
not have
that.
plans now, like
Yeah.
after work, like.
Or you're waking up and the first thing you're doing is having a conversation that's quite heavy. So I think it's really hard. I think, honestly, it's a baseline of respect and understanding.
Mhm.
We're both just like, there's a time difference. And we might say like, you know what I need from you right now is like X, Y, and Z so that like I can have a night's sleep, or like so I can go throughout my day and you can go to sleep. Like I think we're quite good at communicating on that front.
Yeah.
But like also we're human beings. We don't have it all figured out.
Yeah.
And it is hard. And a lot of it is, again, just like sometimes we have to just sit with it and be like, you know what, the other person has to go to bed or the other person's busy right now. And it's fucking hard.
Oh.
It's really hard.
Yeah, it is really hard.
But ultimately, like, we just remind, like, I think we're quite good in conflict at being like, I love you. Like, I'm
That's
on your
still,
team.
like,
I
the
think that's
main
so.
thing.
It's not like
Yeah.
you're against each other. It's both of you against the problem. And I feel like just to say
Yeah.
like, I love you, especially if one of you is going to sleep, to be like, look, I love you. We'll speak about this like tomorrow. I feel like that gets it by.
That's what we've been practicing a lot, even in person, is just being like, can we put a pin in this?
Yeah.
Like, does this need to happen right now? And again, we do not get this right every single time. It's not perfect, but it's the willingness to just like figure that out
Yeah.
together and just say to each other, like, I love you and this is why, like, this is so hard for me,
Yeah.
or I love you and this is why this is difficult. And, you know, just remembering like that's the crux of it all, is like, the reason that I'm probably having this reaction right now is because of how much I care. But I think, again, I just want to be so transparent, is like, we haven't got it all figured out, and things come up as they come up.
No one ever does. Like,
No.
even like people that have been married for like 35 years, like they don't have shit figured out.
It's a
Like, you're
learning
two completely
process.
Yeah.
different people.
Yeah.
And it just takes time.
Yeah, and I just like it's also, I feel like it's our feelings for each other are like so intense that I think that also means, though, when we
Conflict
feel
is intense sometimes.
that disconnect from
Yeah.
each other, it feels like that much more intense. And then especially when you don't have like the
Physical
physical contact, like
Yeah.
it's just really scary
Yeah.
to like feel disconnect, and then like it takes time to even like come back, you know. And so I was gonna say that I think the way we often come back is like through humor, or just trying to like hang out, like FaceTime, like just like joke with each other.
I think we go back to what connected us in the first place,
yeah.
which is humor and just joy and laughter and just having fun and enjoying each other's company.
Yeah.
And that oftentimes is what we'll do to come back to each other.
Because sometimes we'll do that. We'll dip into this like kind of like moment for a bit, and then we're just like, yeah, we have to almost like remind ourselves, like, hey, like we also like we have fun together.
Yeah.
Like this is also part of our relationship.
And I think it's been really helpful for me because Kelsey's outlook is always, this is an opportunity to know each other better and to
Yes.
understand each other more. And for me, I'm just like, I really struggle with that because I'm like, well, no, we're having a disagreement. So,
This is all bad. Yeah.
but the reality is like, no, it can be an opportunity to further understand each other, to move through something and come out of it together.
And closer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that is the anxious avoidant thing. That is the dynamic.
I'm like,
just like
no.
in a conflict, I'm just like, no, like it's fine. Like it's an opportunity. Like, yeah, this sucks right now. And like you're just like, ah.
I'm just there like spiraling.
You're like, I don't know.
But then you're really good at just like being like, listen, I love you. And like, I'm here. And I'm like, okay, we're in this
Yeah.
together. Like, we're a team.
And like that's what's interesting too, right? Is it's because like the way obviously we handle conflict is going to be very different, long distance versus in person.
Yeah.
And now being like together now longer than a month at this point, I'm learning things about you constantly in terms of conflict. And you're just like, well, I've told you that's how I am in these moments, and I'm
Yeah.
like, but like in theory, like I've never
I've not seen it,
actually
I've not experienced
been with
it.
you. Yeah, like you'll be like, oh, sometimes it might seem like I'm pulling away, or I need space, but I really actually like want you to give me a hug. You know,
Yeah.
there'd be those, and I'm like, I know you've told me that, but it's just a whole different.
Yeah. I feel like when it's behind like a screen, you can also like not if you need a minute to like cool off, you can just not reply for like 10 minutes, or but like, when
Yeah.
you're literally in front of each other, you can't just be like, okay, mute for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, do you know, like you can't do that.
But I mean, honestly, like that's something we've talked about too, is just like taking 2 minutes before you react to
Yeah.
something. Because
Yeah.
I think if one or both of us gets upset, I mean, me personally, if I get upset, like I know I'm not acting in my healthy brain in that moment. And again, we don't do it perfectly, but we've talked about sort of being like, what do you need from me? Okay, do you want space? And just like being like, you know what, like we had a conflict the other day and I was just like sort of shutting down. And you just said, would you like some space? And I said, yeah. And she just went and she was like, obviously that's really hard to have your partner just be like, I don't want you here right now.
Yeah.
But you went and you were like, okay, she needs some space. And I took a second and you took a second and I came to you and we just had a hug and we sort of resolved it in that moment. And it was kind of like, it is huge. If you can take a beat and just like cool off, everything looks different.
Yeah.
And
You
that's
just need to
huge.
like get your ego out of it for a second, don't you? Like, I don't need to win this argument. We just need to resolve it.
Just like thinking, like, I think, again, something that we really, really focus on, which is so, it is so, like, if you can trust this about your partner, I think it's an absolute game changer, is just intention.
Yeah.
We know that the both of us are good people with good hearts, that we care about each other, that our intentions are never to cause harm.
Yeah.
So if something hurts you, completely valid that that hurts, completely valid that you're having those feelings, completely valid if the other person's like, well, that's not what I meant. But the bottom line is, if you give me 2 seconds and I'm not acting in my unhealthy brain, I can sit there and say, okay, she didn't say that. She said this with a tone, or she said this in a way that using language that I didn't appreciate. But I know her intentions are good because I know who she is and she knows who I am. And I think that's been really helpful for us.
So we got in a few questions from our listeners about love distance, long distance, love distance, long distance. So we thought it would be cool for you guys to answer these.
All the experts that we are.
Yeah, the love
You know what? At
experts.
this point, I've had my experience. You're in one currently.
Yeah, I feel like
And then
we've all got
you
some
guys,
stuff
so
to say.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm intrigued. First question. Is the love enough to keep long distance relationship, especially for the ones who has physical touch as love language? I don't include any trust issues in this situation. Would love be enough though? It takes longer than planned to get together and move in together.
Yeah, I don't think it's enough.
I'd say yes, it is.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think love's enough whatsoever.
No, it takes
You'd
like
say.
You need like respect, time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, sure. Yeah. I don't know. I guess in my opinion of love, it's like all included within, like that's part of it is like the
yeah.
respect and the.
No, I think it's just like, well, the way that I understand the question is like love isn't like the feeling. Like if you just like,
Oh yeah, no.
have feelings for this person like very strongly, I
Yeah.
don't think that that's enough because like it is.
It takes work.
This is like the hardest, obviously, like relationship I've ever been in.
Yeah.
It is so difficult.
And I feel like work can come into it as well. Like if you've both got like really demanding jobs, like how are you gonna? I
yeah.
feel like life
Yeah,
can really
you have
easily
to-
get in the way.
No, you're right. I think love isn't enough. Like you need commitment,
You have to like really want it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also have to be
and you need to trust that
so
person.
willing to like, I don't know, just look at yourself in the mirror. Like you have to really like deal with
Yeah.
your shit. I
No,
don't
that's
know.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
do
don't
you
wanna-
guys think? Is love enough?
I don't think so.
No.
No. What do you think you need? What else?
I feel like you both need to be in the same, not necessarily the
Mindset.
same, but like life stage, like we said
That's
before, like
such a
if
good
one of
point.
you doesn't want kids and one of you does, like
Yeah, yeah.
if you're in love, is one of you just going to have to make the compromise? I think that just leads to resentment. Like I don't
I think the thing is for me is like, I guess I look at that and I think that would be the same for any relationship regardless of distance.
Yeah.
So,
No, true.
So in my mind, it's like, is love enough? And it's like, well, love's not enough in any relationship.
That's
No.
true.
don't think it's
So I
enough,
think, I guess I'm like, if you love each other, it's worth a try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's enough
And you
to
align.
begin with.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it can't stay enough
Yeah.
as it continues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to align on,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what finding a life partner is.
I think it's a choice. Like you
Yeah.
like yeah.
For
It's
sure.
like you can love someone, but to be like in a committed relationship, like that's just a choice, and it's always a choice. And you have
Yeah.
to keep like choosing that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you guys kind of answered this earlier, but arguing in long distance is already hard when one person ends up cutting the call or ignoring the other part, like the other person. How would you become more healthy with like dealing with situations?
Well,
I feel like
think
you.
first of all, like I just think those things, like what ignoring and like like
I
hanging
don't
up
think
or
we've
coming-
ever. I don't think
There's
we've
also
ever
just-
hung up on each other.
No, I think there's also just like respect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's
that's
like-
what it comes to.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I would never. If she hung up on me, oh my god.
I'd go feral.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
I'd be
don't
like,
think-
we've got bigger issues than you hanging up on me. Like,
yeah.
that's
That should just be like not acceptable in a relationship. Period.
no agreed.
That's not how you should like handle conflict.
I think for us, there are some things, some unspoken things that would just never happen because that's
Yeah.
just not respectful. I think we would never hang up on each other. And if we did, again, I'm not saying it would be a deal breaker, but that would be like a, hey, I really didn't like that.
Mhm.
And that can't happen again moving forward because it made me feel like this.
Yeah.
And because of the respect that we have for each other, it wouldn't happen again. And I think, I don't know, it is so interesting. I just would never. It feels quite toxic to me. Hanging up on
Very
someone
It
feels
is very
toxic.
toxic.
It's like power play.
games. Like
Yeah.
it's very just like yeah.
I just feel like you need some growing up to do.
Yeah.
If that's how
Yeah.
you deal with conflicts, by like running away
No.
and just
And the same thing as well is like what was the other part of that question? You said cutting off calls, or
Or just like ignoring one another.
we are very keen on asking for space and letting each other know if we need it.
yeah.
Yeah, just communicate that
Yeah,
you want time apart.
100%.
Yeah.
Like it's fine to want that as long as
Absolutely.
you communicate that.
And again, like we said before, it's about intention. So I know, like, if Kelsey's asking for space, well, at least I know when I'm asking for space, I'm asking for it because I don't want to act out of my unhealthy
Yeah.
brain and
Yeah.
say something I don't mean and just like react rather than like take time and respond.
Yeah, if you get to that point where you're like ignoring and hanging up, like, yeah, you're like, we've passed
Past
so
that
many
point.
steps
Yeah.
to get to that. Like, it should be way earlier on. It should be like, as those, like, that's what I was going to say earlier. I feel like the number, like, one thing that just, like, in general, I think for any relationship, but for this relationship, like, that's so important is just sitting with your feelings. Just
Yeah.
learning to just, like, oh, I'm having a feeling. I'm going to sit with it before I, like, bring that to you. Let me make sure it's even something that I need to bring to you, or maybe it just has to do with me. Like, that is so important. Like, if you're at that point where you're exactly,
And I think,
like,
again,
that's, you're just
it's all
way
intention,
too
isn't
far.
it? It's
Yeah.
all intention. Like, if something hurts you, it's obviously triggering a part of you, and it's just figuring out whether or not that needs to be brought up with your partner, I think.
Yeah.
But I will say, we would never hang up on each other. We would never ignore each other. And I will say, even if there have been points where I'm like, oh God, is she ignoring me? I'm also not afraid to just be like, hey, do you need some space right now?
Yes. Like,
Like,
recognizing
Because it's hard to ask for that
Yeah.
sometimes as well. And I think it's just being realistic and being like, okay, she hasn't replied for a couple of minutes. We were having a quick conversation. Like, this happened both way rounds. And it's just like, would you like some space? Like,
And it's trusting, like, that intention that also, like, maybe I'm not, like, ignoring you. I'm just,
you
like,
are also just taking
I'm
space, but
just
you're at
dealing
full
with-
capacity in that moment that
Yeah.
you cannot be like, I need this. Like, sometimes you're just
and
like,
we should feel comfortable. Like, I feel like we feel so comfortable with each other to, like, just be like, hey, are you taking, like, you'll be like, are you taking space right now? Is
Yeah.
that what's happening?
like, I just need to know if you are, and that's
like, if you
absolutely
need
fine.
that, that's okay. Just, like, let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
So like,
sure.
you know where you stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the least you can do is just like, I just think it's the hardest part of a relationship is just the unknown. I think it's not knowing where you stand and where the other person is. And being able to be like, this is where I'm at, this is what I need. I can be like, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take
like,
what
you're
you
on
need.
the same, like, team.
we are. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So communication.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's what it comes down
So
to.
important.
Yeah,
big
I know
C
that's
word.
so basic.
The big C
but it's
word.
true.
The biggest.
The biggest
Actually.
C word there is.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. This is a long one.
Okay.
So
I need to
it's
focus.
it's not specifically a question. So
Okay.
someone is telling us their situation.
Oh, okay.
Agony aunts.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna be.
Okay. So this person, I'm speaking out of this person's perspective. I think in today's dating app world, so many are getting involved in long distance relationships and finding them hard to navigate. I struck up a long distance friendship. First step, see where that leads, with a woman 2,000 miles away, and I'm finding it really confusing and difficult, and I've already let myself get too emotionally involved. I'm so confused and I get very mixed signals from her. She told me she was seeing someone, but then talked about meeting me in person. I came right out and asked, are you in a monogamous relationship? She said yes, but she says she wants us to be friends. So we kept texting, as friends. Then I noticed her getting flirty at times and at other times making comments laced with sexual innuendos. After 4 months now, I think I'm finally waking up and realizing I'm being breadcrumbed. She's not a mean person, so it may not be intentional. She may just be someone who needs a lot of attention and validation. But the important thing is, I now realize that I'm too emotionally involved and this isn't healthy for me. I think I need to end the friendship and cut off contact with her. Would love to hear your thoughts.
I think the like thing that I want to say is like something that this relationship has done for me is like raise my standards so much. Like it's made me realize, sorry everybody, it's just made me realize like how low the bar was. And it's like, so I hear something like that, and it's like, maybe I would have been in a situation like that before where I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe they do, maybe they're just like scared or whatever. But it's like now having been in a situation where I'm like, no, like you can have it where someone's just like honest with you, and it's like, no, like just being straight up of like, you can have that. You can have someone just like you and be into you, and for them to like make that effort.
Yeah.
And I think that situation, I'm like, if that person's not doing that, like you can get that. You can have that, and like that's not it. And then obviously it's like hard to just end things, especially if maybe you've like haven't had that, you haven't seen it like that was, I feel like, me in the past. But
no, it's what you're looking for is 100% out there. I would say it's always hard to give context on these situations when you're not in them, because it is
When
like
emotions
we
are
don't know the
involved.
whole story on that. I would say going purely from that message that person, I think, has got some things that they need to iron out, but it's not up to you to stick around for it.
Yeah.
I think give them grace and give yourself grace and just take a step back and just leave space for the things that you deserve, because I think you deserve a lot better than that.
yeah,
I'd say run. So.
Yeah, that too.
or just
Probably a no.
Thumbs down from us.
I just think like you deserve a lot better than that.
it's just like you can have the things that you want, and like is
And it
that
doesn't
really
need to be complicated.
when you look at that, you're like, is that like really like your soulmate? Like is that really like how they would act?
That's
Also,
what I always think, like, is that your person?
That's how that would start.
are
I
they?
think so.
They're in a monogamous relationship and they're crossing boundaries. Bye bye.
Yeah.
See you
like,
later.
like, is that the kind of person that you want as
I
well?
hope that their partner sees this and then they run as well.
Yeah.
No,
Touche.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like that's not it.
No.
Touche.
We love ending the episodes with our guests with a little game, and we've adjusted it kind of to like the long distance.
Okay.
What would you choose more? FaceTime sex or voice notes?
FaceTime.
FaceTime.
I feel like it has to be FaceTime. I feel like voice notes, also, like, when you voice note people, like, you cannot do it, then what do you have to do? Like, remote
Yeah,
again?
yeah.
Remote.
You can't remote it.
No.
Also, yeah, no. FaceTime. You want some visuals
Yeah.
in there as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Or videos, Videos can be good sometimes. Send videos to each
Unexpected
other.
videos can be good sometimes.
Okay, thoughts though.
Yeah.
We had this recently
what you were
on
gonna
the
say.
sex tape question. I don't know if it's just me, but I would never send a video, even if I trust you in the moment. I'm like, I don't send a video because I'm just like, you never know. Also, what if your phone gets hacked or your cloud?
Oh god, I never thought about that. But I mean, I've sent many a video, so here
But
we are.
not naked.
No, I'm quite subtle in the way that
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I guess.
That's the difference, I think.
Yeah.
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 Well,
That makes sense.
we'll get creative,
Yeah.
I feel like, listen, I'm gonna be so for real right now. I've like set up my phone and I'm having a good time under the covers, so it's still, we all know what's going on right there.
Yeah, you can.
What's going on?
imagination.
It's kind of hotter sometimes, I think,
True.
Yeah.
than like the just like naked and you know what's
Full
going
visuals,
on.
yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna set you up right there and I'm gonna just like do my thing.
Yeah, like, you don't know what's going on.
Exactly, like as if it's a little bit of something.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
true.
That's my opinion.
God, I wish I thought of that
That's my
before.
opinion.
My shit is out in the open. My shit is there to see.
Coming to a TikTok near you.
I would always do it though, like on, do you know, like, do you hear this story about Snapchat? I mean, I don't use Snapchat, I'm not 5, I don't use Snapchat anymore. Or like Americans use Snapchat, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, there's a whole. Yeah.
Do
I
you?
know. No, but it's a thing.
Ick.
No, it's a thing because I don't have. I deleted Snapchat But like
proud
my
of you.
friend,
Americans do
I have
use
friends
it.
that still use
Yeah.
Snapchat.
Yeah.
That would not fly over
They
here.
probably won't watch this. And I just think I'm like, oh my god, I have to like use Snapchat. And I was like, I can't, guys. Just like text me or something.
Just like
No,
grow
yeah.
up.
They don't use WhatsApp in America.
I was gonna
I
say to you, they
know.
don't
I
use
know
WhatsApp.
a lot of my friends will just like refuse. They're like, why is it going like? Why is it saying your email? And I'm
We
like,
just they just
iMessage.
iMessage, and I'm like, I haven't iMessaged anyone
I
unless
mean,
it's
we
like my
iMessage
landlord.
each other.
Do
I
you?
use WhatsApp for like work.
Isn't
and then
it so
iMessage is my
interesting
friends.
how like because I've got different friends. Some friends I only WhatsApp. Sometimes
different
I have different friends. Believe it or not. Some of them I will Facebook message. Some of them I will like Instagram. Like
Yeah.
it's so
That's
interesting.
weird to me.
You've got your
Facebook
personalised
message, that's
platform.
Oh,
weird.
I have
that's
whole
my
groups on
family
That
Facebook.
is so
Facebook is
weird.
family.
I don't
Yeah.
know about
I've got
Facebook.
whole like I have a lot of like
Yeah.
friends from when I was like 11. We have
Oh,
like group
Facebook's like my
chats.
biggest fear. I fucking hate
so
Facebook.
Oh,
weird.
it's like it's well done.
Second ick.
Second ick, we found it.
Siwa,
Jojo
Facebook.
Siwa, Facebook Messenger.
And yours
I
is
like how there's
Snapchat.
no context
Yours is
for the
Snapchat.
JoJo Siwa.
Jojo,
She
if
should
you're
be in the
watching,
caption.
She's a big fan. It's an ick.
don't say that
And
about
this is
her
the second ick.
feelings.
What a feeling.
She's a human.
fine.
Jojo Siwa, if you see
She's
this.
fine.
Jojo,
You know what? I actually saw her.
Oh,
Once,
yeah.
Remember? At line dancing.
yeah,
And
because
she looked at me and
this
I
is
said,
the other
"No,
thing with
thanks."
Kelsey living in LA, right? She sees
You
a load
see
of
a lot
famous
of-
people.
yeah.
She's like Pink Pony Club, like no one really goes there. I'm like, what do you mean?
Wait,
Like,
that's not a. Wait,
was
what?
it called? What is it?
No, well, it's not like a real place. I think
Isn't
it's
that what
based.
Chapel Roan
It's
song
based
is
off
about?
of the Abbey, I think. In
But
West-
there's
in
another
West-
place she
in West
messages.
Hollywood.
Yeah, you know all the things.
You don't go there anymore though, because there's like a whole like phone stealing ring there.
Oh.
Yeah,
You heard it
in
here
West
first.
Hollywood. Yeah.
Don't go to West Hollywood.
Don't go to West.
Avoid.
Despite what Chapel says.
Chapel is just like leading you to disaster.
No,
like,
she's
it
part of the ring. She's the leader.
She's literally just
Well, it's crazy because that's probably like around the same time that I was like first like going there as well. Being,
really?
like moving to LA and being like, oh, I'm like at the Abbey. But now it's like I haven't been there in a long time. But at the time it was like
Yeah.
crazy.
Huh.
But also a lot of like I've never been hit on more by men. Sorry.
Context.
I've never been hit on more, just so you know.
If you guys
They
want
love
to
me
get hit
there.
on,
Context.
if
I've
you want to
never
get
been
hit on
by
and have your
men.
phone stolen,
Yeah.
I know the place for
Like
you.
there's just like a lot of like men there just like hang out trying to like
Straight
hit on
men?
lesbians. Yes.
Ew.
That's
my
what I
worst
thought.
fear.
Gross. Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
Ew.
Ew.
Ew. Ew.
Ew.
Ew.
Anyway, yeah.
Well, next question. One toy you can't live without doing long distance.
I mean,
If you use any, obviously.
we do. Well, I do. My preference is a vibrator.
Mm-hmm.
She's a manual girly.
Really?
She's a manual
That's
girly.
rogue.
Yeah.
I feel like manual doesn't work for me.
No,
Really?
I need.
No, because I feel like I know where my hands are going, so I feel like there's no element of surprise. That could actually be interpreted like quite wrong.
Sometimes I use my left hand.
Oh, wow, I didn't see that coming.
That's, you're crazy.
She's wild, let me tell you. There is like a toy we've been really super interested in because it's like,
I feel like this is gonna be
why
what
do you
we're
look like
talking
you
about.
don't know what
Oh,
I'm
is
about
it
to
like the
say?
control
The
one you can do?
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
I have that one.
How is it?
It's amazing.
Okay.
I had that in my last long distance.
Yeah.
And
I love how
Just
you're
on
like
the
in
phone.
my last long distance because you're not ruling it out.
It's literally that's what she
You like
fucking
my last
looks
one,
for.
Yeah, I love that.
I love it.
She
that.
looks
I
for
just
that
love
shit.
it.
Okay, good because we were looking into that because
It's
it seems
amazing.
really
It's really
fun.
cool. Yeah.
Okay, well that probably will be the answer at some point.
Yeah.
But right now, we just use our own. I guess the favorite toy is our phone, so we can communicate while it's happening.
Favorite sex toy? My iPhone.
My iPhone.
I just like to talk to each other.
Yeah, make sure someone else is there.
You still like me.
Do you still like me? Whilst we're having FaceTime sex. Just checking, do you still like me?
You're
Yes.
still into this.
Yeah, I do. Okay, would you be bothered or unbothered? Like, genuinely, not just like it.
Yeah.
Genuinely, if they fall asleep during sexting.
You know, this girl is so sleepy.
I'm the sleepiest girl ever.
I like if I was offended about you falling asleep, like this wouldn't work.
No.
You'd be upset all the time.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
the time.
So I think I would just be like, that tracks.
But to be fair,
Now,
when you
yeah.
sex, it's like one of you like just waking up and the other one's like falling asleep. Like I feel like sexting first thing in the
Pretty
morning
much.
is quite intense. Like
Yeah.
I've not had my coffee yet.
Poor Kelsey, because I think, like, generally speaking, she's got a higher sex drive than me. So
Right.
if I'm in the mood, she's like, it's go
Sure.
time.
Okay.
Let's
yes.
go.
Like, shit, okay, I'm in the mood, it's fine. So I do think, like, for me, like, obviously if I'm getting up, like, I'm one of those people, I'll get up 10 minutes before I got to go to work and I'm just like,
Same.
get ready and go, and that's it. Whereas, like, in the evening, I might be like, oh,
Feeling
kind of
it
in the
now.
mood. And
So it
she's like,
wasn't-
okay, well, 8 a.m. wank it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's got no choice.
It's always, 'cause
Yeah.
it's always morning.
It is.
For me.
And
Yeah.
there's an 8-hour
You
time
know, it
difference.
sets,
Yeah.
like, it sets your day up for goodness.
Exactly.
So,
You're starting
I
off
think
on a
it's
good
fine.
foot.
Yeah.
Get that morning glow.
Yeah, exactly. I think if you fell asleep, I would understand. I wouldn't. This is a thing as well. I'd never be unbothered. I'd be like, oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
But I'd not be like, you fucking bitch. Do you know what I
Let's
mean?
cause a riot.
Yeah,
over
I'd be
this.
like, was it that boring? But like,
Have
fine.
to finish
That's
the job
my
off
own
myself
insecurities.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine. All
Sure.
good.
Yeah, I think the boring answer is the fact that anything that comes up, that we would just be like, oh man, but like it would be fine and we'd understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank
We
you.
got there.
Yeah, we
Yay,
got to
did
the
it.
end.
It's been 24 years since recording this. You poor thing.
And I'm gonna crop this to an hour-long episode.
Good luck.
Maybe 2 parts.
Yeah. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Well, thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you so much for having
We
us.
got
It
there
was
in the end.
so much
Yeah, I'm
fun.
so sorry.
Don't worry,
I'm
it's
so
okay.
sorry.
You know what? We
Yeah.
know you guys love like a month ghosting period.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
we
yeah.
just thought, in the honor of your relationship,
Exactly.
that we'd leave it a while.
100%. But yeah, no, really
No,
appreciate
it was so much fun. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
And also, by the way, I'll put the links to your socials.
Great.
But if you're listening, where can everyone find you on?
I mean, TikTok, it's at Kelsey and Bex. Is it LDR? I don't even know these days.
You guys take it so
Or
seriously.
Becky. I know, it's
no, that's
terrible.
the thing. I don't remember if it's Kelsey and Becky or Kelsey and Bex right now.
Oh, it might have changed it to Kelsey and Becky.
I think it's.
We'll put it in the description.
The links will be in the
It'll be there
description.
somewhere.
Yes.
We'll just say both. It's Kelsey and Becky. It's Kelsey and Bex.
That's who we are. Yeah, just edit in the appropriate one. Yeah.
I think it's Kelsey and
Yeah.
Becky.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I'm not really that sorry. But come back next week.
If you enjoyed watching or listening, don't forget to rate our show and please follow or subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.